Welcome everybody to Sin City Living. My name is Jason and I'll be bringing you today's episode. As always, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. We have a ton of content for you guys coming out every single week, every single day generally. Occasionally miss a day like I did during the rodeo that is still ongoing right now. And I hope all of our patrons out there are appreciating the patron-only exclusive videos we're putting out with the dice class, putting one out every couple of weeks. And if you're curious about that, go ahead and check the description down below. Once I get this whole live stream thing figured out, I'm probably going to do a live stream on the patron site as well. One on the regular site, one on the patron site. I do have the new computer for it. Theoretically, I have everything ready. I'm just so busy currently with this rodeo. And one of our fans asked a question a little while back about ways to tip us, to show appreciation to us without having to sign up as one of our patrons. And at the time we did not have any way of doing it, but I have managed now to get us signed up with a site called Buy Me a Coffee. As I'm sure some of you guys have noticed from some of our videos, Louie and I are both pretty heavy coffee drinkers. So if you're curious about that as well, go ahead and check down below in the description as well. We would definitely appreciate any cups of coffee you're willing to pick up for us. And don't forget to email us with any strategies, questions, suggestions, anything at all. We love shooting those videos for you guys. I actually haven't gotten a new email in about 2 weeks. And also, don't forget, anybody that may be interested in one of the small Sin City Living neons that we have, just email us that as well, sincityliving@gmail.com. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and get into today's episode. So for today, I want to go over an interesting strategy that was sent to me. It's a very conservative, low money strategy. If you don't have a very large bankroll, how can you play dice? This strategy would be one method that you would use. So what you're going to do is we're going to assume we're a $10 table, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to have a pass line bet, and once there's a point, let's say the 9. You're going to do minimal odds. You're going to do the lowest odds that you're allowed to do. So a $10 minimum bet table would be $10 minimum odds. Obviously, if it was a $5 table, you would have 5 and 5. Now you're going to place the 6 and 8. You're going to place the 6 and 8 for enough to win what you have at risk. Okay. So in this case, you're going to place it for $21. Or place them for $18 each because they will win $21 each. And either one of these are going to win what you have at risk over here. Okay? If the point were an 8, you would actually only place the 6. Basically, what you're looking at, you're really looking at just these two numbers to hit. They each have a 5 and 36 chance of hitting. So these two combined have a 10 and 36 chance of hitting. Little bit worse than a 1 in 3. So a 1 in 3.6. So better than a 1 in 4 chance of at least one of these hitting every roll of the dice. Now, of course, you have your usual 1 in 6 chance of 7 coming, but your odds of something hitting are actually even higher when you have a different number, when you have another number, because then you can add another 4 here, another 4 options here. So you have 14 ways out of 36 for this to hit, or 7 out of 18. So there's decent odds of at least one hit coming. And one hit that comes on either one of these is going to cover you for down there. So if either one of these hits, they pay $21. Now, from here you have a couple different ways that you could take this. It's going to be philosophical differences, I suppose. Some people are going to take their 21, let's say the 6 hit. They're going to take their 21. They're going to take their odds down. They're going to take one of their place bets down, most of the way down. And they're going to go down to a minimal bet, table minimum, which for a $10 table would mean 12 and 12. You could do 10 and 10, but you always want to make your bets proper. Now, by doing that, you have taken back $22 worth of your bet and have a $21 profit. $21 profit, but you still have $34 in action. So you really only have $13 actually at risk. All it takes is one more hit on either one of these, and you are now in the black. So if either one of these hit, let's say the 8 hits, we will pay it $14, right? So now, everything you have on the table is covered by what you have already won by just 2 hits on any particular number. So at this point now, this is where the player will start to increase their bets because they're free. So if the next one that hits, let's say a 6 hits. Well, what I might do is I might say, press me up 1 unit, which means take my 6 to $18, so back up to 18, and then I am probably going to put my $10 in odds back. Because why not? Why not? Why not use what I just made? Why not stay even up, even with my risk, while still increasing my bets? And then at this point, I just continue going. If the 6 were to hit again, and it pays $21, I might say, take me up another unit. Right? And I might even press the 8 up. Now if the 8 were to hit, I might say take me up 1 unit, take me up to 24, increase my odds a little bit, and still collect some money. Okay, so that is one way of using this strategy. Another method of using this strategy is slightly more aggressive. When you start out at your base where either one of these wins what you have at risk over here, if one of them wins, say the 6 wins $21, do a partial press, 1 unit, or some people like to do half. They'll do a half increase. What I mean by that is this one's $21. Well, here you got to figure what's closest to half that's still proper. You can do either 6 or 12. So you could either press this up 1 unit, or you could press this up 2 units. Me personally, just for the ease of math at a certain point, you might look at this and go, well, you know what, it's 3 units right now. Let's just press it up 1 unit. And the next time it hits, press it up 2 units. So now if it hits, it pays 28, right? And say you want to press it up 2 units, you go from 24 to 36 while collecting some. Start pressing it up half. So at 36, it's now 6 units, right? So if we were to press this up from here, if we wanted to press it up by half, you could go to 54. I personally would say go to 60, but that's just me. Either go to 60 or maybe use this one, as this one pays 36, pays 42. Maybe just swap it, go to 42, take your 36 as your profit, and then the next time it hits, go up to 60. You can start doing these kind of middle-of-the-road presses. You don't want to do full presses because you always want to be collecting a little bit. But this is a strategy for a smaller bankroll while still being able to play a little bit, and if you catch a decent roll, to be able to start expanding your bets and winning a little bit more money. At least that's the goal. That's the plan. That's the idea. You can, of course, go full press with these if you would like. What about the pass line, you might be wondering? What should we do with the pass line if that hits? Well, something very, 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 very similar. Let's say the 9 rolls. So that would pay 15 back here plus 10 here, so it's going to pay a quarter. And this turns off. So we get another roll, and now let's say the 10 rolls. Okay? So we took our odds back after we got paid. Now the 10 rolls, what are we going to do? Well, last time we had $10 in odds. So going up roughly half would be exactly half. We can go up to $15 in odds. Increase it by half. Take half of your, either increase it by half or take half of your winnings and put it in which case then we would go from 10 to 20 odds, because last time we won $25. So we would use 10 of it, a little bit less than half, but you know, we're not going to press it up $12.50, and go from 10 odds to 20 odds. So both with the pass line and with these bets, at a certain point, start increasing your bet by half. I actually prefer this way than the regression strategy. I don't like coming down units. on the 6 and 8, but I understand where that's coming from. I understand the mentality behind it. You want to try and come down, so you're trying to get as close as you can to even as far as what you have at risk, so that now what you're betting is quote unquote free money or casino's money, which is not actually true. Once it's in your hand, once it's in your pocket, it is most definitely your money that you were risking. That the idea that it's the casino's money is certainly a false idea. You don't want to get that thought into your head. You always want to keep the thought that whatever money you have on you is yours. Once it has crossed from this side of the table to that side of the table, it's your money. Treat it as your money. Of course, if you're playing this game, you want to try and win a little bit, so you're going to press up a little bit here and there. That's the idea. So this is an interesting strategy, just very minor bets to begin with, and then going from there. I honestly don't see the strategy played all that often, at least not with this intent. I do see a similar strategy played, but it's mostly people that are just, again, being somewhat conservative and just wanting to do minimal bets and going with some place bets, so they'll place the 6 and 8. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching, YouTube. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We'll catch you later. So, as I promised, I wanted to go over very briefly our upcoming attempts at a third test live stream. So what's happened so far? The first test live stream just flat didn't work. The problem that I had was an equipment problem. I had an equipment problem in that the equipment that I was using to translate the camera into streamable video to the computer required a better USB port than the computer I was using at the time. So that one just flat failed because it would not translate into the computer. The computer would not pick it up, would not read it, so I wasn't able to live stream it. So then, as I was looking through, because I'm a little bit of a tech head, as I was looking through all of my other stuff, because I do have 4 laptops here and 3 computers, I did find one that actually did have the newer style USB port. Unfortunately, it was actually my oldest laptop, but I figured, what the heck, let me give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? And this time around, when I fired everything up, the video was actually translating onto the computer, so things were looking better. But then when I attempted to live stream, the computer was not powerful enough to be able to translate it and then upload it sufficiently. So it basically just uploaded a blank screen for the live stream. So what I am going to have to do is, and I'm already looking into all of my options, I'm going to upgrade my computer so I can add, what, a 7th, 8th computer to my household. And I'm going to go much higher, and I'm going to get a computer that is far more than I need for this, far more powerful than I need for this. That way, any future upgrades that I may do, the computer will be able to handle it. So unfortunately, this computer is going to cost me about 25% more, about 25% of what I've already laid out in all the equipment for this channel. So it wasn't something that I could just instantly buy. I'm probably looking at Black Friday or Cyber Monday. So hopefully I have it within the next couple of weeks, and then I'll do another test live stream and see if I can go from there. So I will definitely do at least one weekly live stream on our Patreon, because they're the ones that are really helping us get this computer. And the other equipment that I'm going to get, because I figure if I'm buying the computer, I might as well buy the most high-end capture cards and things along those lines, get everything as good as possible, and then hopefully eventually get a better microphone for you guys. So yeah, that's where we stand on the live stream. As soon as I have the computer and I do the test, which will be in a few weeks, like I said, I've got to order it in a week or two, then I have to wait for it to ship. Plus we have probably the biggest event of the year coming up, the NFR National Finals Rodeo. So I'm basically working 2 weeks straight, as is my wife. So not going to have a whole lot of time. But once we get all that under control, then we'll figure out. There's been some schedule changes to myself, some schedule changes to my wife, and some upcoming schedule changes to my wife as well. So hopefully we can get all the scheduling figured out, so I know when I'll be able to live stream as well. My initial plan of Thursdays at 6 o'clock is already out the window. I'm at work at that point now. So we will get it all figured out, and we will let you guys know, I promise. And otherwise, I hope you guys have found this interesting, enlightening, illuminating, or at least just plain fun. And we will catch you guys next time. Bye now.